Actually, I don't really hate romance. I've been exposed to the romance genre from a very young age. Yes, super young. I encountered it on Wattpad, in anime, fan fiction, and even games. Though I'm not much of a gamer, I do have some experience. And now, with manhwa. I won't mention the stories I read on Wattpad because most of them were in my native language. As for romance animes, I watched Toradora, Diabolic Lovers, Fruits Basket, Boku Wolf Girl and Black Prince, My Little Monster, Blue Spring Ride, Itazura Kiss, and many, many more. That young age, you can really recognize the deeper meaning behind relationship dynamics. It distorted my perception of love. I mistook possessiveness and obsessiveness for passion, lust for fiery love, and many other things we will discuss later. As you grow older, you start to realize that these behaviors are actually toxic. So in this video, we will talk about manhwa, specifically romance manhwa. I haven't read much modern romance manhwa, but I have read a lot of these transmigration and regression stories. And I just want to say, they were quite enjoyable. But the reading, it is also tiring, When you read stories that almost have identical plot, their only differences are the details, but when you compare them, they are almost the same. Okay, I'm going to be honest. We all have our own preferences when it comes to the people we are attracted to, whether it's looks, personality, or behavior. Some are drawn to cute and sweet, while others prefer hot and sexy. When it comes to behavior, some like gentleman's kindness, while others are intrigued by cold or distant treatment. But here's the thing. Attraction is complex, and what we find appealing on the surface can sometimes mask deeper issues. Preferences can blind us to toxic patterns disguised as charm or passion. Let's read some manhwa. I found a manhwa entitled My Beloved Oppressor. My Beloved Oppressor. What kind of title is this? It's actually quite popular. I don't know. It's been a long time since I last read a romance manhwa, so I'm not really updated. Let's look at the cover. Oh, another black-haired ML and a blondie-haired FL. And the FL looks pitiful. Let's read the summary. Then let's proceed to the story. Annette Rosenberg, a descendant of the Padanyan royal family and the only daughter of a military captain, after 2 years of dating, she married her father's faithful servant, Heiner Valdemar. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the ML's name properly. Everything was perfect until her family fell due to her husband's betrayal. You will be unhappy by my side for the rest of your life. Annette suddenly realized something. This man's revenge is just beginning. Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be a constant emotional abuse. I can smell it. So, first chapter, and I'm already questioning my life choices. Seriously, who wrote this? Reading it feels like being force-fed a vegetable you hate, except instead of spinach, it's 50 pages of melodrama. Let's break it down. Annette is the daughter of a marquess, who, by the way, is the king's nephew. The marquess is also the captain of the Padania Kingdom Army, and apparently, his side hustle is running a spy school where everyone either dies in action or gets eliminated. Enter our male lead Heiner, who becomes the Marquess' subordinate, and that's how he and Annette first meet in a garden full of flowers because of course angst needs a pretty backdrop. Now, Hainer has every reason to hate the royal family. They kind of murdered everyone he cared about. So if you're expecting sunshine and rainbows, I don't know what to tell you. I have read enough manhwa to know that when revenge is on the menu, someone's about to get emotionally wrecked. So fast forward, Annette and Hainer dated for 2 years and then got married. And here's the wild part. Despite Hainer killing her father, yes, the ML killed her father, Annette still loves and trusts him. Girl, blink twice if you need help. And after all of that, Hainer suddenly changes. So Annette, channeling her inner therapist, asks if he ever really loved her. Hainer, not missing a beat, admits he hated her and only got close for revenge. Annette being the only sane person here. Or is she? Annette asks for a divorce. But of course, Hainer's like, no, not happening. I mean, the manhwa isn't called My Beloved Ex-Husband, right? He basically tells her she will be miserable by his side forever. Romantic, isn't it? And that is just chapter 1. You already know where this is going. Buckets of drama, gallons of tears, and enough red flags to start a parade. Story-wise, I'm getting interested. But as for the romance, girls and boys, this is the classic sign of a toxic relationship. The romance seems didn't start with the pure intentions on either side. It seems like the FL is the only one who thought their relationship was romantic. So, chapter 2, we get to see how these two got to know each other leading up to his grand proposal where he promises to make her happy forever. Wow, the audacity. If this were a modern manhwa, the ML would be definitely an actor. Oscar-worthy performance in Deception. Meanwhile, the FL keeps asking for a divorce, but Mr. ML is having none of it. Instead, he threatens to send her to a mental hospital. Talk about relationship goals. He even drops the bomb that she has to bear the sin. Like, excuse me, what sin? Did she sign up for a lifetime subscription to guilt? And yet, despite all of this, our FL still holding on to hope that their love moments will come back. Girl, you're just brainwashing yourself. Deep down, you know he doesn't love you. Now, time for reflection. The FL taught this. Love that comes from usefulness. It wasn't love. Yes, girl. Love that is based on usefulness. Love that is based on convenience or even obligation. That's not love. Real love is not a transaction or burden to carry. It's about mutual respect and freedom, not guilt, control, or punishment. And expecting someone to carry the sins or pain of another just because they are related, that is not just unfair, it's toxic. Everyone deserves to be seen and judged for who they are, not for the mistakes or suffering of their family members. Holding someone accountable for things they didn't do only creates more pain and resentment. The ML's resentment toward the FL's easy life is a classic example of how bitterness can blind us to the real struggles others face. It's easy to assume someone's life is simple from the outside, but we rarely see the battles they fight behind closed doors. Expecting her to pay for his pain ignores her own suffering and unfairly piles on a burden she never agreed to carry. So yeah, the story is messy, the romance is toxic, but it's also a sharp reminder. Love should never be about control, punishment, or guilt. It should be about healing, growth, and freedom, even if the path or situation there is complicated. Chapter 3 is a wild ride of migraines, malice, and emotional messiness. So our FL is dealing with a migraine. Meanwhile, the doctors and maids decide to ostracize her like she's some kind of social virus, and she just silently takes it. Then comes the party scene where the ML insists she accompany him, not because he cares, but because he wants her to feel the malice directed at her. Yep, it's basically the human embodiment of let me make your life harder. The FL is a pianist, so the novels force her to play, and Mr. Emil, he just stands there like a statue, doing absolutely nothing to stop it. Thanks for the support, boy. Things get darker when the FL remembers seeing her father got shot while she was playing with the piano. Trauma alert. She stands up and bolts. Can you even blame her? The ML notices her trauma, but instead of empathy, he feels resentful. Why? Because she's a noble woman who had a peaceful life attending parties. Talk about missing the point. He's basically saying, you don't get to be upset because your life was easier than mine. Wow. Empathy level 0. And here's the thing, he can't let her go. Why? Because he had an unrequited crush on her as a kid and now wants to forget it by keeping her close like a twisted keepsake. Annette, seriously, run! So let's summarize. He had a childhood crush on her, grew to resent her, and the whole nobility tricked her into marrying him, responsible for her family's death, and now keeps her around just to torment her, while knowing full well that he's being irrational. That's not love. That's emotional hostage taking. And Annette girl, have some pride. Don't let yourself get pushed around, even if you feel like you deserve it. Trauma doesn't mean you have to accept abuse. What's really striking is how the ML dismisses her trauma by labeling her a privileged noble who's never had suffered. Just because someone's pain looks different doesn't mean it's any less valid. So chapter 4, the FL can't play the piano anymore, thanks trauma, and she hit that awful moment where she realizes she has nothing left. To top it off, she refuses to eat. Classic I'm done with life move. The ML finds her rebellion annoying because, of course, how dare she defy him, and decides to pay her a visit. He asks if she's rebelling, and she drops the bombshell. She's no longer his lover and basically says she's nothing. The ML thinks she's nothing now, that everyone who loved her is gone, yet somehow, she's still as beautiful and noble as the very first time and saw her as a kid. Then he threatens to force feed her if she doesn't eat because nothing screams romance like a food stage situation. He even watches her eat. What a creepy dinner date. He's convinced she doesn't know real suffering like beatings, torture, starvation because she trembles at things like mean words or the piano. She's a woman who knows nothing. Meanwhile, he's reminiscing about their lovey-dovey past and secretly hoping she spirals into despair and darkness just like him. Because misery loves company. And when she finally breaks, he will be right there to what? Hold her hand? Or just enjoy the show? Reflection. The FL's refusal to play the piano or eat is not just dramatic. It's a powerful symbol of her grief and how much she lost her sense of self, her identity. What really gets me is the ML's whole attitude about her not knowing real suffering. Like, boy, trauma doesn't come with a VIP pass or a checklist. Just because she's trembling at words and memories doesn't mean her pain is any less real. His hatred blinds him so much that he can see her humanity, only the privileged noble he resents. And then there's his twisted hope that she will spiral into despair just like him, so he can swoop in when she breaks. Newsflash, that's not love, that is emotional hostage taken with a side of misery loves company. It's like he's saying, I'm miserable, so you have to be miserable too. And when you are, I'll be right here to enjoy the show. Alright, I'm going to stop reading this one, guys. I know, it's only 4 chapters in. But honestly, I thought I powered through all 75 chapters. You are probably thinking, we can't handle a toxic romance? Yeah, I really can't right now. If this was my younger self, I would be devouring this, staying up all night, feeling sorry for the FL, hoping and wishing the ML would have some kind of redemption, that he would finally see how kind and innocent she is. But I don't think this story is going that way. They will be either stay stuck together or end up divorced after a whole lot of emotional abuse along the way. The truth is, a lot of romance manhwa have this kind of toxic drama. Finding a healthy romance, that's like finding a needle in a haystack. Trauma gets romanticized way too often. Don't even get me started on BL and GL manhwas. The amount of trauma is overwhelming and honestly exhausting to read. Sure, it's hot and dramatic, but don't let the toxicity get to you too much. At the end of the day, fiction is fiction. It is entertainment, not a relationship manhwa. So enjoy the story, but keep your boundaries strong because real love should never feel like this. Remember, love should lift you up, not tear you down. down. If a story feels more like a warning than a romance, it's okay to put the book down and look for something that truly nourishes your heart. If you ever struggle with toxic romances in manhwa or just want to find healthier love stories, drop a comment below. Let's share recommendations and support each other in finding stories that inspire us, not drain us. Like and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the world of manhwa. Thank you for watching.